My name is Jan, CEO and co-founder of A Machine. Welcome, everyone. I'm going to tell you something about Smart City today in a very different way. Smart City bottom up. How Smart City is thought of today is pretty much a macro approach, top down. You bring a lot of technology and create infrastructure, and that eventually trickles down to the citizen in the corner, and the citizen is happy. The problem is, put in the words of a leading urbanist, Saskia Sassen, it is the need to design a system that puts all of that technology truly at the service of the inhabitants and not the other way around. Therefore, we took a different approach. We put the citizen in the center, the citizen first, and it's about connecting citizens to citizens. Citizens to citizens and create through these communities. But it's not just about connecting the citizens, but it's also about geographical representation. You want the citizens around you, nearby, who are important. And if you create those citizen communities, you eventually then create a macro network, smart communities to a smart city. How do we do that, and what is our technology? We are a technology company, and here on the left-hand side, you see how current cellular networks and Wi-Fi networks function. So you connect with your device to antennas or to access points. On the right-hand side, you see what we do. We connect the devices directly to one another, device to device, and through this create a so-called wireless mesh network that is independent of any carrier network. On top of the connectivity that we create through this, we can do also advanced proximity services. So how does that look like as a product then? This technology is embedded in an app, and this app has several features. One thing is know thy neighbor. You might know your neighbor next door. You might not know your neighbor next wall or your neighbor next house. So this is about creating a list of neighbors and neighbor needs. So maybe you search for eggs because you want to cook something, or you need a babysitter, or you want to go out dancing, or you need a chess player you want to play with, and that is, the person is in a neighborhood. So this is about knowing about your neighbors, it's about interacting, and it's about supporting. Furthermore, we have a local news feed. A news feed created by the citizens for the citizens. So what happens is, this is a very location-based approach. So it's about you knowing what's going on in your house, it's about you knowing what's going on in your block, and it's about you knowing what's going on in your quarter. Furthermore, we use open data, Stockholm. We use the open data to create interactive maps. And I give you some examples what they could be. Those can be maps about education, schools, universities, kindergartens, and ratings. Those could be Wi-Fi hotspots. Where are Wi-Fi hotspots? Where can I connect to them? Those are heat maps of security. Where are safe areas and less safe areas, and also noise level. How is the noise? All right, so all this together, neighbors list, news, interactive apps, creates what we call the Smart Citizen app.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, the jury.
Thank you very much for a very, I think, a very good perspective, starting with the citizen in this. I'm kind of curious about, and I would like you to elaborate on the technology, on the mesh technology. How do you see that working? How do you see that evolving?
You mean how it works with us, like our technology stack?
Yeah.
Okay, our technology stack is based on Bluetooth, low energy, and Wi-Fi. So that means we use the current interface that smartphones have, and that means like through this we connect device to device. Of course, it has a limit in range. Talking about Wi-Fi in a city is around about 100 meters. So, and through this, basically all the app users are part of that infrastructure. Nonetheless, if you have internet access, you could use that as well. So we are not only dependent on that, but it's like an advanced setting to it.
Okay, thank you very much.
Have you seen any similar solutions out on the market? And what kind of sort of main problems do you try to solve with this solution?
I mean, there's mesh technologies out there. So the challenge with mesh technologies is, in that case, it's wireless, and it works on smartphones. And that is the biggest challenge, because the smartphone operating systems are limited, and we found a clue to access that. So that is kind of the benefit that we have. What is the benefit for the user? Well, I think for the user, if we think it big, and you have enough user in a city, basically the city runs independent of any other communication infrastructure. So this is a big picture. Obviously, this is not the first step. So clear about that, yeah? But this is where it can go. And then like from the application side, it's about really interacting with people. It's the community effect that the technology brings with it. So through the proximity, I realize, okay, there's someone in the building who has this and that interest. In the next building, there's another person, and it creates this feeling of space, but not space in an abstract way, and not space on a map way, but space in the sense of people around you.
Okay, John, I'm going to interrupt you here so you don't get more time than the rest of the guys.
No, no,
okay?
no.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.